Orlando Sleeves from Advanced Quantitative Reasoning. Today I want to go ahead and go over a couple of things. We should have been already working on this chart. We should have already filled out some of these. But you notice that we asked for a first intersection and a second intersection. Well, this is how it works. This is how we're going to go ahead and find these intersections. And basically it's going to be where the two graphs are crossing, just like that, something like that. So we have our data right here in this first spreadsheet. I have this for Houston. I called the X value day N. You should already be familiar with this from our thing. And also we have our Y value, which is the amount of sunshine that Houston got on any particular day, the first day of the month every year. And if I go to the next one right here, same thing, day N, I leave that the same. And this is for Philadelphia. So now first I'm going to graph these just to go ahead and see where my window is going to be at. Let's see, I'm going to hit this. I'm going to choose this option right here. That's data and statistics. It says data and statistics. We're going to add that to our page, to our thing. Now we all have our data and statistics. So I'm going to hit tab. And I want to put day N. It's going to be the same for both of them. Tab again. And I'm going to choose Houston. Now I want to overlay our second piece of data on top of this just so I can see how it looks. So I'm going to hit menu 2, and then I want to add a Y variable, so 8. So that's menu 2, 8. And I want to add Philadelphia, just like this. And so there we go, and we got a differentiation between the two so we can see how they interact. Now this is where I'm going to get my maximum and minimum for our things. So this right here represents 0 to about 370 days, 365 if you want to go ahead and say that. And this will represent from 500 all the way up to about 900. We're going to use nice round numbers for this. So now we're going to add on a new page. I'm going to add on graphs. And the reason why I did that is just so I can see how my window was. Whoa, I forgot to do one little thing. So let me go ahead and change our window first. So zoom. And the thing is, you can do any of these in any order, except you have to do one main thing before you go ahead and put this into the graph. So as you can see, I'm changing the windows right here, the window size, to the size of the window from our last page. So hit enter. And right now we don't have anything in our functions, but we're going to go ahead and use a new page. So we're going to use a calculator. So let me go back to this. So I'm going to add on calculator. Do not confuse calculator with calculate. Calculate is a scratch pad kind of thing. And I'm going to be using this one right here off of the menu. So now I'm going to use menu 6, which brings us down to statistics, 1. And then if you look down here, we're going to be using C, which is sinusoidal regression, because we know that this is a sinusoidal wave. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And I'm going to put day N, and then finally Houston. And we're going to store this into function 1. So this is automatically going to be saved for us, so we don't have to enter it by hand. And as you can see, we could copy it down, go put it into B form, factored B form, so we all know that already. And should be able to see that on my other video. Now, I'm going to do this one more time. Menu 6.1c. And I'm going to do this for Philadelphia. So day N stays the same. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring up Philadelphia right there. And there it's done. And you can see that our function is different from the last one. Then I'm going to add, either you add on a new page for the graph, but we already added that. We already changed the window, so take a look at it. And if you notice, instead of saying F1, now this says F3. So if I push up, you can see that F1 and 2 have something in their function. So we push enter, and there's our function already nice and done. And then we're going to do that again. Hit tab to get into that menu, to get it here. Hit once to go ahead and get the next function. And there's the two functions. So this is Houston and this is Philadelphia. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And I'm going to hit control menu, and I want to change the color just so because I want you to be able to differentiate the two. So I hit 9, which is color, line color, and I'm going to pick red. Well, let's check. We'll click on something that's visible to this. Let's go with, oh, blue is not too good, so we're going to go with purple. So there's purple. Now, I'm going to find my intercept. Now, the intercept, here's the intercept 1, and here's the intercept 2. So, I'm going to find that right here. So I hit Menu, and I'm going to analyze the graph. So 6, and I want to find intersect, which is option 4. 6, 4. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead, and it's asking for a lower bound. So I need to get this line to the left of this point. Now, it's important to note that you can only do this for one point at a time, not for multiple. So you have to pick your points that you're looking for, and there it is for that one. We can even see the intersect, so click Enter, and that automatically calculates everything for our intersect. So our intersect is at point 77, 725. Then we do the same thing for the next one. So I put that right here. I'm just getting my cursor ready. Hit Menu, 6, 4. Lower bound, click. Upper bound, click. And there is our intersection. So it just says intersection. That's a day 267. And the amount of sunshine is 725. 725 minutes. If you notice, they're the same. And this marks out the summer solstice, if you guys didn't know. Not the solstices, the equinox, when we have equal amounts of day and night. And so that's about it for that. Let me go ahead and see. I'm going to go ahead and also give you how to get the maximum and the minimums for each one of these graphs real quick, if you have to do everything all together. So I'm going to hit Menu, 6. I want to do a maximum, so I hit 3. And it's asking us to choose a graph. So I'm going to choose Philadelphia first. So I'm going to click on Philadelphia. Then it's asking for the lower bound. So I'm going to click this line to the left of our maximum, because that's what we're looking for. And then I'm going to go ahead and leave this at the right of the maximum. And there it is. So if I want to find the maximum for Houston, I hit Menu, 6, 3. So it's saying which graph. I want Houston, and now I've chosen it. Now lower bound, upper bound, and now I have all my data right there. And if I want to do the ones for the minimums too, I can do that real quick. So Menu, 6, 2. I'm going to pick out Houston this time. Left of the minimum, and then right of the max. Right of the minimum. And then I do the same thing for the other function.